Howdy, good afternoon. Happy Sunday. It's Armando here in Houston, Texas. Look, continue to my MLS searches here in the Houston area. And something interesting is happening right now with the Houston home sellers. Most homeowners don't really realize it right now. And everyone is asking the wrong question. What are they asking? Is the market good or bad? And so that's what we're going to be looking at today. But the real question is, what other homes that are actually selling doing differently? And so today I'm going to show you four MLS searches directly from the Houston MLS that reveal exactly what's happening with sellers right now. So this is mainly for the sellers. I talked a little bit to the sellers, a little bit more towards the buyers yesterday. And one of these searches is one that quietly explains why some homes sell fast and others just sit. And so the first search that we're going to be looking at are homes that sold over asking price. And so these are within the last 30 days. And let me change my screen here. And that is it right there. And these are the homes from 0 to 30 days, 350,000 to $900,000, and the Garden Oaks Heights, Northside, Oak Forest, Spring Branch, and Lazy Brook area. So, which is really interesting to see this type of action here, despite what everything's going on in the world, and it's just been crazy. But this is a testament that people are still buying homes. Just like people need to eat, they need shelter, and the gas is now going up. It's like 340 right now. It's like insane. So, but let's start with something sellers love to see. These are the Houston homes that sold for more than the asking price in the last 30 days. Excuse me. This is important to show because it tells us where the buyers are still competing. Even in a shifting market, bidding wars still happen. Okay. So now here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Homes that sell over asking are almost never overpriced. Let me repeat that. Homes that sell for over asking are almost never overpriced. Okay, it's really important to know. They're usually the homes that were priced strategically, and when the price attracts enough buyers, buyers start competing with each other instead of negotiating against the seller. So usually, when it's priced right, the buyers are trying to beat other offers and negotiate terms, conditions, and of course, price instead of the other way around to where you're negotiating against the sellers with all the things, right? And that's the big difference we're talking about. So let me ask the homeowners out there watching, would it be crazy to say that overpricing might be the biggest reasons homes sit right now? And when a home sells for over asking, that's usually a pricing strategy win, not luck, just straight up strategy. And so we're going to be looking at some of these homes that sold for over asking. I have a ratio close price, which means how much it was listed for and how much it closed. So if you see 1.0, that means it went for 100% of asking. So we can look at this 830,000 sale price at this. So we can look at this property archive. It was listed for $830,000 in October of last year. And in a day, it went straight up pending, no option period. When you see option pending, that means they have an option period. They 7 to 10 days to do their due diligence and then terminate if they want for whatever reason, right? But this one straight went straight pending. They don't need those due diligent days and sold finally in February. I don't know why it took so long. Maybe they had a lease back, and so they got what they wanted, 100%. So that's why they had the 1.0. That's 100%. And we could check this house out real quick. Let's see. I think that was the one I was seeing. No, no, no. It was a Timber Grove. The Timber Grove area. I did remember this one. It was like a new build right outside. Well, it's still inside the city, the Loop area. Beautiful house, beautiful balcony, and you have the double sinks. There's probably a sink somewhere or in this area. And this is kind of what we're seeing in the new builds, and this is what the community looks like. I think this one had a community pool and all that. This one sold for 1.15, 1.1, so 100% plus 15% over. So we can look at the property archive here. It was listed for 765 in February of this year, and in 5 days they went under contract February 11th in 5 days and closed for $880,000. So we can check out the actual property transaction, which is really interesting. So basically, I'll go down here. This is where the sold information is at. So sale price 880,000, adjusted price 862, and the seller contributions. So I guess the sale price was 862, if I'm seeing that right. Uh, yeah, so 765 and then 862, and then it settled for 880. So it's like there was a $17,000 seller concession and closed in 5 days ago. And the seller paid title. And we can kind of take a look at what it looks like. Beautiful ranch style home. And I believe, yeah, the floors look original. I like that color. Not to say they didn't redo it 20 years ago, whatever. Kitchen is great. It's all you need. Basic updates, not too crazy. And I mean, this is what these homes are going for. I believe this was in the Timber Grove area, but we can continue with and the double sinks is really important to have in the primary bathroom with the stand-up shower. And I don't think this one has a tub, which could be a deal breaker, could not be. A lot of folks like the stand-up shower more than the tub. So I think if you were to choose one or the other because of space reasons, I would go with the stand-up shower. But comment below on what you would want to go with, the tub or the stand-up shower. Oh, this was in Spring Branch. Yeah, Spring Branch. And let's see what else we got. I want to look at another one. So I'm looking at the ratios. I made the ratio close price here. So I mean, basically, these are closing in a higher 100% range. This one, Fontana Drive in Spring Shadows, beautiful house. Wow, I like the front. It looks like a ship. If you like that front look. Let's see here. Good yard, nice yard. Looks like they removed the interior photos. So yeah, so these are the homes that are selling for over asking. Pretty days on market um, are kind of a lot, but I think it's within 30 days. Yeah, within 30 days. So they're definitely doing a lot of things right in this area. So we're gonna look at another search, are the expired search. So these are the homes. Let me go back to my search. These are the homes that came off the market. So not to toss too much expired talk or real estate talk. Let me find it here. Um, right there. Results. Let me make it a little bigger. There we go. We can finally see it. So basically, these are the homes that sat on the market for, I'm sorry, that expired about 90 days ago now. 350,000 to $900,000. Let me kind of cinch it down. So, and the results are right here. And so again, heights, lots of expiration homes. So basically, when a real estate agent puts the house on the market, it has an end date on it, and once the end date goes, it just comes off the market, calling it expired. So and now this is a search homeowners rarely see. These homes failed to sell and expired off the market I was talking about. And every expired listing tells a different story. Most homes don't fail to sell because of the house. They fail because the price was based on hope instead of the market, and hope is not a strategy. And would it be crazy to say that pricing a home too high in the beginning is the most expensive mistake a seller can make? And so that's something that pricing is super important. And in most cases, the house was not the problem. It was one of three things: price, presentation, and marketing exposure. And I would say condition, but then that kind of dips into the price. So if it's price to its condition, right? And when those three things miss the mark, the market simply moves on and goes on to the ones that were pending. So let me ask you, homeowners out there, is it crazy to say that most expired listings were actually sellable homes just with the wrong strategy? And the market doesn't reject the houses, it rejects pricing and positioning mistakes. And so, yeah, so these are the homes that, for whatever reason, usually it's the pricing, did not did not sell. And so the next search are the homes that went pending. This is an exciting search. The homes that went pending in 7 days. Let's see here. That's it. That's results. So this is the map here. Not as much points, but still, a lot of in the Heights, Spring Branch, Oak Forest, Lazy Brook, Timber Grove, and one on the north side. So, and within 7 days, they went pending between $400,000 to $900,000. And this search reveals something extremely, extremely important. These are the homes that found buyers within the first week. When homes go pending this fast, it means the seller understood something crucial. The first week of a listing is the most important week, not the first month, not the second month, the first week, guys. And when the home hits the market, correctly priced and exposed out to the world, buyers show up immediately. I'm talking about showing requests. I'm talking about lots of calls to the agent. Sometimes the neighbors. I had a listing one time, it was hot and I priced it perfectly, and I had neighbors knocking on the sellers' doors. I had people pull up that was coming out of town. They saw it online. They knocked on the seller's door, and my clients were like, "Call the guy on the sign. Call Armando." Of course, I got the call. We scheduled the showing right away. But that's how crazy it gets. And we ended up negotiating other offers, multiple offer situation, negotiating all these offers as high as we can get it, and then get the best terms and conditions that for my clients would love. Not just the price wins; it's also terms and conditions. And so some homes sell in the first week, y'all, and some homes chase the market down with price reductions. And those are the ones that usually been sitting for a while. And the difference usually isn't the house, it's the strategy before homes ever hit the market. And so, would it be crazy to say that the first 7 days of a listing determines the next 70 days? And would it be also crazy to say that the first 10 days determine the outcome of most listings? And if a home sits too long, buyers start wondering what's wrong with it, and even if there's nothing wrong. And that's a phenomenon. If a home's been sitting on it for 30 plus days, they're automatically thinking what's wrong with it, what repairs it needs. If it was under contract, maybe there's a buyer that didn't like the inspection report, whatever. So all those thoughts are lurking in the buyer's head, in the psyche, and sometimes they don't even show up. They don't even want to schedule the showing. And so we can look at the results really quickly. The pricing 850. This is all within 7 days. 15,000 square foot lot on a 1,700 square foot home, and 1940 build, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. See what this looks like really quickly. And not a big fan of that blue, but hey, this looks like the Oilers blue. Go Oilers. So this home looks like it needs, some TLC. Doesn't have central air. It's a 1940s home, so probably never had central air. So, but that area bears those prices, right? It's a very sought after area. And so, you can do a lot of cool things with that house. Yeah, Garden Oaks, Lazy Brook, Heights, Timber Grove Manor. I mean, these are all people want to be in there. People will give up their first child, maybe even their second child to be in there. Just kidding. But this is a mid-century. I wouldn't call it a modern, but updated. let's see, 1950s. Let's see what this one was built, 1955. So it's like I've done this before. Let's see here. Nice looking house. Definitely nice porch. Porches are really important, especially here in Houston. And the bonus search, I have a bonus for you guys. The stale listing search. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stale listings out there, and you got to watch out for them. And those are some of the homes that you can get deals, lots of deals. So lots of more points here, and 209 listings. Let's see, yeah, 350,000 to $900,000. So yeah, just a tinge over 200 listings. Lots in the Heights, lots in the Northside Village, Spring Branch, Oak Forest, and Timber Grove, Lazy Brook. And so these are the homes that have been in the market from 45 to 120 days. And this search is very fascinating. In Houston, that's a long enough time for the market to start sending signals. I wouldn't say the best signals, but signals. When a home sits this long, the conversation changes. It stops being about how much the seller can get and becomes what is going on, or what is going to take to get this sold, right? Usually it's price reductions. And the longer a home sits, the more negotiating power buyers gain. And is it crazy to say that buyers trust the days on market number more than the listing descriptions? And let me ask another controversial question. Is a home sitting 45 days on the market a warning sign, or is it an opportunity for buyers to get a deal? Because the longer a listing sits, the harder it becomes to change the narrative. And because they start asking what's wrong with it, even if the home is beautiful. So if you're in Houston, if you're a Houston homeowner thinking about selling this year, is it a crazy idea to look at the data before listing instead of after the market tells you? Because the MLS data always tells the truth, kind of what we're looking at here. And so I've been in Houston for over 30 years. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Armando. I'm a realtor, and I've seen a lot of market changes, and would love to help you out if you're thinking about making a move, thinking about selling, or maybe your listing came off the market and you're ready to interview more agents. Love to be in that group. Other than that, take care, and DM me below and what you thought about the video. And if you need to reach out, take care.